Hello everyone and welcome to the Ramble Box Show. My name is João and I am accompanied by two of my good friends, Jorge.
Hello.
And Hugo.
Hi.
We are once again...
Why didn't you say hello?
You know what, you're right. Oh, I did. I said hello everybody. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know.
You're being rude, I think.
Oh, you're doing it to me.
I do, yes, I'm retributing the favor.
I've been made a fool. So we're continuing the conversation regarding biases and fallacies. And my boy over here has not a fallacy, an hypothetical fallacy.
I don't have but I think I don't have the hypothetical right now, but I think this is very appropriate. This is from a Redditor in a thread on Ask Reddit. The question was, what is a movie that has aged poorly? Meme guy on Reddit said, the 1990s, I think, Muppets movie, where someone shows Kermit what the world would look like if Kermit was never born. I think it fast forwards to New York City in 2002. I don't know numerals on.
2002. Yeah.
And in the movie, the Twin Towers are still standing. So canonically, Kermit being born somehow caused 9/11. Now, ain't that appropriate for the episode?
I'm sorry. And just before we started, you asked, "Oh, I'm gonna start with something regarding the Twin Towers," and you being you, I thought you were just fucking around. I was like, all right.
I was not expecting Kermit the Frog, though.
Yeah.
I was not expecting.
Why do you think
Kermit the Frog?
Why do you think that
Kermit the Frog was related to the Twin Towers?
Yeah. How did the birth of a puppet frog...
Relating to the first episode about this. This would be a giant snowballish argument, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
that's right.
You see, there was this thing called the Bush administration. Well, the hypothetical for today is...
Jesus.
You are...
We're gonna get this cancelled.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good, though.
I was gonna start reading in Portuguese because the hypothetical is in Portuguese in the chat, but you are the human resources on the company.
HR department.
Yes.
Why isn't Philippe here?
Yeah, you should be here.
He refuses. Understandable. It's his career on the line.
Don't worry, we'll make it worse.
You are the HR department on the company, and you have to
fire everyone.
Quite the opposite. Recruit people because you need more. You need more people under your company. So this process may take some bias and fallacies into account.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you make a selection that was completely unbiased, completely objective?
Interesting. Well, starting with a list of common biases would be nice. So to figure out what kind of biases one would normally fall into.
I think the most, because like CVs are very a very direct thing, so you don't have a lot of space to screw up. Some people do it catastrophically, but but you don't have a lot of space to screw up in the cognitive thing. I guess. I think that you would have to, for example, avoid cultural bias. So if you have some kind of underlying stereotype against, for example, a religion or a culture, you should not look at the photo of the person. I think that's like the main thing I would do. Like look at the hard skills first, like before anything else.
I had the same thought. So we'd probably have, if you had an assistant or so of sorts, someone would actually collect the things and they take the photos. That would be nice.
You're assuming they have a lot of work doing these. They don't. Philip doesn't look at me.
You're not in the episode, but pay attention, man. It's all right. One bias that immediately came to mind, given my previous experience, is institutional bias.
What do you mean? Explain it.
Right.
Explain.
I shall. So I remember that in a previous work experience, there were people who were preferred at that given company because they studied at a different university than me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And which was funny because the company itself, the family that ran the company, because it was a family company, they all studied there, and therefore those students that went in had like this prize money that they could win at the end of the internship. But the majority of the people that I talked to who actually did the work said, "Oh no, we usually prefer the people from your institution because they work better."
Yeah.
Which was funny to me, but that just goes to show that it's a bias that exists. That people from this institution, from this school, from this university are better.
But it's just not on the selection of new employees. It happens on the selection of a new school when you are entering a new school.
Yes.
You go. Let's say you are going to Harvard. Let's say
Harvard. Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Harvard. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just agreeing with you. I didn't do shit. It's
I
fine.
thought I fumbled on that. But let's say you go to Harvard because it is largely accepted by companies and CEOs when
It looks
they're making.
good. It
Yeah.
looks good on the CV.
It looks good on your CV.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it happens outside the workplace also.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
does.
it begins in the workplace.
Yeah, I think that one is driven because then you're gonna have more opportunities because everyone is kind of aware that the bias exists.
It's preemptive.
Yes.
So for example,
Exactly, yeah.
I want to get into highly conceptual. I don't know the name in English. Like when someone has a high status.
Highbrow.
A high status
Position.
college or university. You want to get into one of those because you know that if it appears on your CV, then it will be easier for you. It will be easier for you to get a job or an academic paper published, whatever you're pursuing. But I also think that we've stated two things already.
So it would be cultural bias,
Yeah, like-
academic institutional bias.
Yeah. I also think that sometimes even your name is a problem. I've seen online some people publishing that they've sent their name, what is in a foreign language, for example, and then send another CV without the photo and with the name translated to the language, to the correct language. Like the last name they usually leave and it's okay, but they translate the first name to something easier for the people from the country they're applying in. And yeah,
I've considered doing this because João is a very Portuguese name,
Yeah.
and for English companies,
yeah,
the tilde doesn't really work.
Yeah.
So John is better.
yeah.
It's the whole reason why J.K. Rowling used the J.K. pseudonym.
Yeah.
Because I think her publisher at the time thought, Jane whatever won't sell because it's a woman's name, so J.K. seems like a Jake. I'm not sure if that's right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
But
not sure if
I
it's a myth, but it's
I'm
believable.
not sure. Yeah, it is believable, and that's kind of the point. Like, it's very, but at the same time, I'm thinking here, if I was really the HR, and if I had 200 CVs, and I would have to, so I have to trash.
You need to
like,
cut off
Yeah,
some.
like a third of those need to be trashed instantly because I don't have time. So I would probably also fall into some kind of stereotype or bias or.
But do you think it's needed?
Our
for a
resident
selection
psychologist
process?
is laughing. Just so you're aware.
No, I don't think it is needed. What do you mean by needed? Do you think I need to sort them fast? Yes.
Yes, I'm saying. Do you think you would need some kind of bias or resorting to some kind of bias to make that selection?
It's easier. So I just look at the CV. I don't like this guy. Trash. I didn't like.
Is it a bias if you set certain rules? Like if a CV presents this, it's trash. If it's this, it's the maybe pile.
No, it depends on what you're setting those.
Just the standard you're setting.
It depends on the standard you're setting. So if you're setting those on hard skills, so I will only accept people that know this programming language, then it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to work on that programming language. But if you're just looking like, so you're collecting them, and suddenly this guy knows a programming language. Oh, I don't like his name. Trash.
Interesting. I think I've had a moment to
and
actually
honestly,
have a think.
honestly, being the impulsive person that I am with this kind of snap decisions, I would probably do it really easily
By instinct.
And it's not this. I know this is horrible. This is the life of people we were talking about. I'm very sorry, but but man, if I had to make like 200 of those snap decisions, trust me, I will fail eventually.
Right.
Like somewhere in the middle of that, there will be a decision that was not driven by
Logical thought.
Yeah, thank you. So
now that I've had a minute to actually have a think, I think that my method would be as follows. I'm assuming I would have an assistant because
you were all alone. No,
in the middle of the forest.
That got very existential real quick.
All alone in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, they gave you a briefcase or a box full of CVs, and they
sort it out.
They put you on a jungle.
You have to choose the right one, or else.
Am I going to die, or am I just going to get fired? What is this?
That's it, or else.
Oh fuck! All right. So I would take an assistant, or someone help me to take the resumes and essentially make bullet points. Did this course? Has this experience?
Okay.
So eliminating the fact from the CV. No picture, no name, just numbers. Right? And okay, so engineering degree, arts degree. Doors. Yeah, I know I'm an asshole.
No, you can ask for that. You can say the CVs can't have a picture.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, you can ask.
Fuck, that works too, I guess.
Well,
Sometimes
here's the thing.
Some of the and I really like those because at least for me in my tiny peanut brain, those submissions are the best. It's like they already
because it makes
the
sense.
submission forms.
They have submission forms instead of a CV. Yes, and I'm like, thank you. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I would probably use a submission form because I want to trim out the fact. I want to know first of all who's on paper.
You just vibrated.
I'm sorry, guys. Won't happen again.
I would take into consideration the qualifications of the person. Who amongst the candidates would be more appropriate for the position, and from then on, from that shorter selection, I would then not judge them on qualifications on personality, meaning I would judge who they are, how they approach certain stuff.
Stop. Personality is important.
No, it's where I'm going.
Okay.
That's the point. So the first round is for qualification. The second is for the person. I want to know what this person is. How do they approach stuff? What's their personality? Will they fit the team? So, taking out those biases and possible prejudices from the beginning would help. The second part would be the hardest one.
Okay.
Because I'm going very stereotypical in here.
That also seems like a long
be
process.
racist.
No.
Homophobic.
No. I'm a big fucking nerd, so stereotypically, I would not deal well with jocks. Just from a stereotype point of view, right? If a dude bro just showed up to my company, yo, what up, bro? How you doing? I was like, yeah, I don't like you. That would be really easy from a stereotypical point of view. That's not who I am. Please stop.
What if he was a fucking genius?
Yeah, no, that's the point, right? If I looked at his CV and suddenly he has like top grades and all that, and I looked at his personality, it was like, ooh, you're not gonna gel well here.
Yeah, but if you can talk to the team.
Yeah, but that's my problem with that's
that's
what
the
I was
point.
gonna say. That's my problem with geniuses. They're usually
they can't vibe.
Yeah, it's usually very hard to communicate. I'm saying this again stereotypically.
As a genius yourself.
That was top tier. It's fucking great.
I do not
make a goddamn quote out of that.
I do not consider myself a genius.
Too bad you are.
But thank you. Or not, because what I'm about to say about genius is not very good. But yeah, usually when you're very good at something, you
Very bad at something else.
Yeah, you lack in the rest of everything else.
Yeah.
A few exceptions that I know of, but yeah. So when you're trying to have a team, usually at work, you usually have a team. You might have a position where you're a genius. It would be perfect because it's just one guy doing one thing and it's perfect. So you leave him there. He does his thing. No one bothers him.
Minimal contact. Do not touch the glass.
No, but I'm serious. Like that. Yeah, that kind of person would be perfect for a job like that. And but being a jock in the middle of nerds might actually be detrimental in some settings. I've been in environments where either the nerds or the jocks would not be able to collaborate.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a middle ground between the two. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Same. Though I haven't done actual sports in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, I've stopped, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that thing with the rocks in the wall. Go on.
I'm a half-breed. That's what I am. A mixture between the jock and a nerd.
Disgusting.
Fucking mudbloods.
You're a cafe latte, right?
Seriously?
Like the monster, new monster, not sponsored.
Yeah, there's a new
Not
monster.
sponsored. Jesus
Not sponsored. Not absolutely not sponsored. New monster cafe latte. Tell us.
If it burns, it's fuel, but I will not ingest it.
Tell us your thoughts about it on the comments.
Yeah, I would essentially do that. I would work to remove those preliminary biases.
I didn't give any responses to his prompt yet. Yeah, go on.
No, that's it. So, focusing on the technical aspects, on the qualities, on how competent they are on paper. Depending on the job position, I would probably give them a test. If it's which is common in the programming.
Yeah.
Unless it's
I would not be the dick that does a test and says, "Oh, if you fail, you don't enter." I was like, I just want to see how you work. It's not about how you if you succeed or not. I just want to see how you work. That would be how I do it.
Yeah,
because it feels cruel otherwise.
Honestly, I would probably judge more on his experience than his skills, the skills that he states on paper.
No, that tracks. Yeah.
Unless it's a junior position, in which case you don't have any.
Junior positions usually benefit more from driven people. People who actually, I want to do this right now.
And from
as long as they have the actual qualifications.
Well, how I got my juniors, like, so I have experience, just not in professional sense.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that benefits a lot in the curriculum because I think most people judge experience higher than anything else. So if you're experienced, you're already ahead. At least that's how I would see a CV. If someone has experience in the field, they're automatically in front of someone else and everyone else. Because at the end of the day, even if you didn't went to college, even if everything else, like every other aspect, if you've been working in the field for 10 years, you're ahead of someone that's just starting, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So I would rank, for me, experience would be like the top thing. So I would see what did this guy do, right? Mm-hmm. What did this guy do with his life that would make me think that he's a good fit for this position? Then I would look at
personality traits.
Probably, yeah. I would still look at personality first, and then like, okay, what else can this guy do? So what other skills does he possess that he might not even have had the opportunity to use in the past, right? But he states that he can do something, so he can do all these things.
So you would look at hobbies and
also,
like
yes,
that?
Yes, and I would probably look at them at the same time as hard skills, because those are things he can do besides the main goal.
Yeah, how can they translate into this as well?
Yeah, besides the main goal, because for me, experience is everything, man.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
Of course, for a junior position, I would have to look at his scores. Like at the first phase, I would have to look at the hard skills because I have no way to filter. I would have to look at what he says he can do. Like, yeah, sure, buddy, you can do this.
That's where the 1 year contracts usually come in, because it's a 1 year contract, and after 1 year, even if you have like a trainee program that your new trainees.
I don't have a 1 year contract.
No, you don't have one. No,
sure.
I don't know
how much you get, man.
I don't know how.
I'm not disclosing this.
How contracts work on foreign contracts work, but usually we have a experimental phase.
Yeah.
Which-
Country can just say, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
can fuck off.
it lasts between 3 months to 6
Yeah,
months.
it's
I
3 to
think.
6 months. Yeah. Philip is saying that
Lower?
It's lower.
It's like 1 month.
No, it isn't.
What?
The time when both
Probation
part-
time?
Yeah, part the
3
time-
months for me.
It was
Yeah, it's 3 to 6 months.
I think
3 to
1 year
6.
contracts is like 1.
Oh yeah, 3
Oh, for
months.
for
Oh,
year
for 1
contracts.
year contract.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, probably. I don't know.
The smaller it is the contract. Like for me,
So-
I worked a month. It was like
Yeah,
1
Philip.
week.
Yeah, Philip is saying that
Yeah.
the smaller the time of the contract, the smaller the
time
probation
frame.
time.
It's
Makes
proportional. Makes sense.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And
I do have a question for you guys. What do you think when you look at it? Like, you say you're looking for work, like in LinkedIn or whatever, and you see those little personality characteristics that they send.
The personality what?
Like, okay, so in this job position, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be interacting with this kind of team. We're looking for these qualifications. Also, we're looking for a person who does this or things like that. Those personality
I hate
traits.
those.
What if I'm an actor?
And I hate those.
It's stupid. It feels stupid to me, right?
But it's stupid. It's
It's ridiculous.
It's
Because
you
everybody
really,
can. Yeah, I really like doing this. This is exactly how I
it's
think.
not. It's not about that, man.
But it feels like it's really easy and cheap to do it, right?
It's not about that. What I mean is, it's first it's cringe. Okay? First it's kind of cringe to be like, hey, we want a team leader. Yeah, of course, it's a manager. What else do you? What?
Yeah, I want a real slouch.
Don't. So you want a team member. Don't tell me you want someone that can work in a team. Of course you want someone that can work in a team. Like, yeah.
there is
Do you
this.
think
I think they're very obvious and they're just stating stuff like
The obvious.
no, it's like it's grabbers. It's those flashy things that they hey teamwork
Oh,
yeah,
I can
like
be a team leader.
buzzwords like hey teamwork and like,
What are you going to say?
there's this. It reminded me. There's this Portuguese. I won't say the name. I don't want a court case. There's this Portuguese supplement
Supplement?
company.
Oh,
Their
that was real quick.
their job offers are something like very extreme. You know, we don't kid around. All right, we want someone professional who does things right. We don't fuck around. We want someone with courage and bravery, and then the job is like,
Social media manager.
yeah,
I've seen that one. Yeah. Oh.
I mean yeah it's it becomes they're trying to be different because you see there are two sides here. You are looking for a job, right? But they're also looking for you and they want you to click it. The more candidates they have, the more probability they have of having the right fit. So they're also looking for you. And sometimes they should hire the marketing team instead of because Jesus, what happens?
Yeah,
Some
it's
job offers.
interesting.
Some job offers, man.
It's interesting that HR and marketing don't team up for job applications.
Sometimes they do, but it's not.
marketing should team up with every single
Decision that happens.
most.
Yeah.
I'm not if you're making screws, you're not gonna put the marketing team on the
Engineering.
on the
On the production
on
line.
the production line. Okay, you're not gonna.
Why not?
Hey, this isn't marketable, man. You gotta make screws better. Look into the camera while you do it. Yeah, I sometimes think that
Screw you. Sorry.
and my pain. I sometimes think
I was very hesitant about this one, but it had to be.
I sometimes think that companies would benefit more if they don't advertise the kind of personality traits that they want.
What do you mean?
So instead of, like you said, oh, this is a managing position.
Yeah.
We want a team leader. No, just fuck that. Don't just put the type of work that it is and what qualifications not that you want, that you would enjoy.
When job offers can usually be summarized in a bullet point list with like 5 points
I-
maximum.
I adore those.
Yeah, it's
Right.
fucking
I
especially if they're not restricted, right? When they say we want this, you say like, I don't want to really do it. It's like this is appreciated. That to me is far better. And the shorter the proposal is, usually the better it is.
Yeah, the job offers from that supplement company. I just read a bit, and I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm not gonna even bother.
They feel like a copy pasta.
Yeah,
They straight up feel like a copy pasta.
I mean,
It's
they
great.
are.
Yeah.
In the
they,
sense.
they are the same.
We
They are
should
the
do
same.
that. We should do that. We should take those applications and turn them into copy pastas for like a copy pasta subreddit.
No, they are basically the same. They just copy and paste the
Yeah, it's the same.
the thing, then they change
A few
the
buzzwords.
yeah.
It's the same. It's the same, man.
But yeah, you were talking about the personality
Characteristics, yes.
characteristic.
Personality traits.
Yeah, personality traits.
You can do it.
Fucking god. Personality traits. There we
We
go.
got there.
Don't interrupt him now.
I think, sure, you might need someone with some kind of neuro disease. I think
What?
with some kind of psychosis. Maybe you don't.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What kind of psychosis can actually be helpful in the job? That's a theme for another episode. Go on.
That's something. Here's the thing: if you are antisocial, okay,
Yeah.
how are you gonna deal with something you like in a job, in a team effort, for example?
With something
Because-
you like or something you don't like?
Let's
do you mean?
imagine you are
You're deeply antisocial and you're working in a team.
yes,
Right.
you are doing a job that requires you working in a team.
Right.
Yes.
The fact that you are antisocial, and let's say you put that on the resume,
Okay.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't advertise that.
People
Let
are-
them find out.
people are just gonna put you to the side.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get ostracized real quick. Especially if you put that on your CV. There's like, and I don't think you're gonna gel well with us.
It depends on the job.
Yeah, I'm sure there are jobs.
Programmers are usually not the best team workers. As is.
Okay.
But they could
As
be
is.
great programmers,
No,
especially if you're
yes.
antisocial.
And usually there are systems that you can develop around that. So we have ways of you can select your job without actually talking to anyone, and then in the meetings it's very structured, so you don't have to really engage all that much.
Yeah,
But
that's like the Windows. What's the program?
like if you have a good manager or for people that know what I'm saying, a scrum master or PO, usually the programmers don't have to talk all that much. They still have to communicate. It's
Mhm.
not
But
devoid of
it's
communication.
optimized.
Basically. So if everything is working, if the system works, like if there's no major flaw in the system, usually it covers most of the communication for them, and it makes it optimized, as you said.
I'm sure there are certain positions that certain, like you said, psychosis would help.
I didn't say psychosis.
Yeah,
He
I
said
said
psychosis.
psychosis.
You said
I said all
psychosis.
that. Ramble.
I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna move past that. I do remember, I don't know where, but I do remember someone saying that during like Viking raids, those groups of people would likely benefit from having a psychopath in them, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So extrapolating from that, surely there's
I mean, if you're
common
in the
positions.
military, I'm very sure that if you are a psychopath, it's easier to kill people. I mean, that's just kind of
So long
given.
as your psychopathy actually works well with structured environments, which, to my understanding, they usually do.
It depends.
The psychologists may confirm this.
Yo,
but I
resident psychologists!
think, but
What do you think?
Stop looking at TikToks.
Stop looking at Subway Surfers.
Psychopaths usually have a tendency to be the one on top, right?
I don't know specific psychopathology.
He doesn't know
By
specific
heart.
Okay. He doesn't know specific
You don't know
psychopathology
shit!
by
The
heart.
fuck are you?
If you can Google like
Yeah, we have Google here.
We have
DSM-5,
Google is here, everyone. Say hi.
You know, like I don't know.
It's not like. I mean, I usually do call him Uncle Google, but it's alright. I'll move on.
It would be really weird if it answered.
At the end of the day,
Hey Google.
psychopathology.
Hey,
it's
hey,
about the health of
hey.
the person and not about if they can be productive or not.
You said you didn't know. Stop. JK, I love you.
But yeah, I'm sure there are certain. I'm certain that neurodivergent people would benefit from working in specific environments and jobs that would actually benefit the job itself.
Yeah, there's people who can focus on one thing, while there's people who can focus on one small thing, then they move on to the next. So yeah, it's just how a company, it's just how culture the company and their HR department can be.
Yeah,
I think.
I do think that there's a push right now to change certain corporate jobs and certain positions.
There's a hole there that I don't want to get into. I'm just going to mention it and we're going to move on.
Okay.
Agreed?
Right, sure.
Do you know of the quotas?
Yeah, fuck that. I think we can all agree, like, quotas in jobs, it's stupid.
You have to have 35% female.
It's the dumbest shit.
When
does
the
not
output
work.
from university is like 10%, guys. Yeah, that's...
I think we reached the consensus, right?
I'm not gonna
commentate
on that.
Philip
because
is like doing the gesture of disapproval with its head. In some companies, man, they literally have a policy that if you want to hire someone, you have to keep the balance, like in the team of. But it's not. Yes, in between. So, but it's not adjusted. Yes, exactly.
I thought it was about the company.
No, man.
I agree with quotas on companies.
And I agree to the extent that if 10% females are getting out of college, 10% females in the workplace makes sense. But sometimes that just doesn't happen, man. So yeah, there are companies here in Portugal doing 35% thing.
Yeah, but
So
I think this
Hold
is
on.
a deeper problem.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
deeper
in the
problem,
episode,
but- Yeah,
I will
but
not
not-
talk about it.
yeah, I said it as a disclaimer before I said it. So
We're gonna move on,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
likely.
but George has a question.
Give me a second. So in Portugal, there's this, of course, there in other foreign newspapers, there are job offers on those newspapers, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do they ask for female housekeepers and not male?
Oh no, that's easy. It's called sexism.
Yeah,
That's straight up, man.
actually they ask for some positions ask for specific genders. And it's-
Housekeepers?
for example, but there are like some require men and some require women.
They usually have different names.
And-
A housekeeper would usually be female, I think, and higher class people would
And it's-
probably hire a major domo.
by the way-
and who would be like male.
By the way,
So-
because Portuguese is a romantic language, this is deeply ingrained, so you cannot state a job position, job positions without stating a gender.
Because we don't have neutral pronouns, so it's very
And it's
ingrained in
but
the
it's,
culture.
it's not just about the pronouns. Like the names themselves are.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, housekeeper, dona de casa. That's it,
Yes,
right?
basically.
Yeah. Dona de casa, which is essentially female
Housemaid.
housemaid. Yeah.
That's direct translation, I guess. Yeah.
Oh no, it would translate to housewife.
Housewife.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It could. Usually apply to a housewife is usually applied to a wife who stays at home.
Waifu.
I was gonna say that. It was like,
Okay, so we're talking translation right now. It's stupid. Fuck, let's move on.
Okay.
Or are we stopping? We're on.
Yeah, we should actually. We're like at 30. Yeah, but we said a bunch of bullshit in the beginning. That won't be in the recording. You're welcome.
we did like 5 minutes of nothing.
As is per usual. So yeah, so going back to the hypothetical, essentially trying to reduce those biases is key. I would go for qualifications first.
I would go for the form, and I would just do like.
The form seems to be the best answer right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
at least for the qualification part.
the thing is, a resume, a CV, is really ingrained in the needs.
Yeah.
You know,
You can
even at
still,
the end.
you can still for example if you think someone is tied like against someone else, they can submit the CV. Like they have the form and they have
Yes, I was gonna say they have
yeah.
like attachment.
Yeah, they have an attachment. You can submit the CV, and if for some reason they're tied, you think two people are very close, then you look at the CV and maybe at the picture of the person because it's on the CV and the name
And it's a picture of a cat and the cat hired.
I think that's a good.
Hire cats, everybody. Yeah, that would be the episode for today. So we'll see you next time.
No, they're not gonna see them. They're gonna see us.
You'll see us next time. Bye.
Bye bye.
You can support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want more, you can follow us on Instagram at RambleBoxOfficial. That's at RambleBoxOfficial. Or you can check for more content in theramblebox.com. That's theramblebox.com. Links are in the description. That's the end of the show. We'll see you next time. Bye!